Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Season 2, Episode 1 of Harley Quinn. We are back. It's been a little bit since we last reacted to Harley Quinn, but I am glad to finally return to it following finishing up Infinity Train Season 2. So now we're on to this Season 2. And last we left off, Gotham was kind of destroyed. Yeah. Joker and Harley, really went at it. Joker was going to drop Harley in, this stuff. I don't know what to call it. This chemical, I guess that's the best way to put it, that would have turned her quote-unquote normal, but she ended up dropping him in there instead after Harley came back from presumed death. And things just kind of ended. And now we move on to the future, and there was a little cliffhanger of a normalized Joker popping up. I had to go back and remind myself of everything that had happened because there was just so much, and trying to remember the exact specifications is not always easy for me, admittedly. But yeah, so that's the gist of what happened in the finale of Season 1. And now we move on to this one. Now, I do know of a couple things for this season. I don't know all the details. I don't know all the specifics of everything, but I just know of a couple things. One example is I know a certain character is going to appear in this season. I know what they look like even, but that's about it. I don't know anything else about the portrayal or anything else with it. And I know of one single plot point, but again, I don't know the details behind it. So I'm still mostly spoiler free. I just was spoiled on a couple things that I just kind of just happened to find out about on accident. With the character, it's just I just saw screenshots and it's oh, well, I know that's happening now. And the plot point, I just accidentally heard someone talk about it, so. But again, I'm still mostly blind. I don't know what the entire season's arc is going to be about. I don't know any other big details. But I'm very interested to see where we go because I really liked Season 1. It wasn't always the most accurate to the comics because this is a comedy-centric series. But I like what they did nonetheless. It was really funny, really clever, really entertaining, and the characters were portrayed in a way that was just likable. You just enjoy them. It's one of those rare cases where, for me, where DC characters who are not always necessarily super comical are brought into a more comedic series like this, and it works just exceptionally well. Yeah, Harley always has a comedic bone to her because, she's Harley Quinn. Same with Joker. But, other characters have been portrayed in various different ways. And will continue to be portrayed in various different ways. But in here, they're mostly comedic. And again, I don't usually like that. I don't like it when they do it with Teen Titans Go, for example. I despise Teen Titans Go. You guys know that. But here it's handled in a more respectful way, I feel. Plus the creators of this aren't dicks to the viewers like what the creators of Teen Titans Go. But more so, I think because this is an adult series, I think it works better. The humor fits just the world and the characters better than the kind of humor they use for Teen Titans Go. So I think that's part of it as well. I am excited to see more of what these crazy characters get up to, though. I'm definitely excited for this series to return to the channel, and I hope you guys are excited to see more of it as well. Um, I don't know how many episodes this season has, so until I find out, we'll just kind of take it one episode at a time, as always. And if we ever get a chance, or just, if I ever desire to do more than one episode at a time, we can. So, yeah. Either way, we're just going to get this started and hope for the best. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, continuing off of the end of season 1, we have absolute chaos in Gotham. Everything is going wrong. All the villains are just going hog wild. And there's no organization or anything. It's just a shit show. Batman's missing, though we do see at the end he's been found. The Joker is gone. And the cops, the GCPD, aren't running anything anymore. So even the president of the US has officially declared that Gotham is no longer officially part of the US. So that's a thing. So Harley is just kind of reaping the benefits of all of this, but everything starts to go wrong. And she decides to liberate the goons. Unfortunately, the big villains don't like that, and so they form the Injustice League, that is a thing, and they literally put Harley on ice for 2 months. They freeze her, and just reinstate everything. They reinstate the goon hierarchy, and separate all of Gotham into these different sectors, each for themselves, which is a really interesting idea. So that kind of gives way to the idea that this season is going to be about that. It's going to be about Team Harley taking on the different members of the Injustice League. You could kind of see this almost in a video game, like a Batman-based video game, like an Arkham game. You could almost see this kind of being a plot for that. Imagine going through to each of the different enemies and all that, their own parts of town having their own unique looks, their own unique goons and stuff, and eventually having to work your way to their main headquarters and take them on. That would be a fun game. It's just a great setup for that kind of thing. So there's a few other characters from season 1 who we didn't really see, such as Kite Man. I assume he'll return. We didn't see any sign of the Joker in this episode. Again, I believe at the very end of season 1, it showed him I think it just showed a hand, but I think it showed him post-normalization. So that's going to come into play at some point. We did see Bruce, so there is that. We also saw Robin now taking the mantle of Batman temporarily. Gordon's gone insane. Things are happening. And the GCPD has been just kind of completely dismantled. There is no law in Gotham at all. There is no law, no order, no anything besides just chaos and anarchy, pretty much. And it's insane to think about. And I think that this season's also going to work on getting Gotham kind of back into I guess you could say, normalcy back to where it was before. So maybe Harley and them are going to end up kind of becoming impromptu good guys here, getting Gotham back into just its regular state of being. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But definitely a strong start. A lot of good humor. I like the sushi chef stuff. Loved seeing the babies in this. The babies usually have different names in different variations of these kind of stories, and I didn't catch what both of their names were. One of them was Lou, though. Usually the names are in reference to something or someone. So let me see if I can find that out real quick. Bud and Lou. That's what their names are. Trying to think of like what they would be named for. Because again, they're um they're usually named after someone. Let me see if I can find this out here. I'm not seeing any specific like hmm. Apparently this is the same version, the same names and everything that the hyenas go under in the animated series. I'm finding that much. I'm just trying to figure out like who they're named after. There we go. Oh, they're named after Abbott and Costello. I forget that Abbott's first name was Bud. Um, okay. See, I was just trying to figure that out. I just wanted to find that out. Okay. Apparently, they were in Crypto the Superdog too, and the Batman series, the one with the shoeless Joker, and Arkham City. They were called Bud and Lou in Arkham City too. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Anywho, anywho, yeah, this was a strong start to the season. Kind of gave us what I again assume is going to be our overarching plot and everything, and I'm interested. I am definitely interested to see where this goes. Um, but in the meantime, tell me in the comments below what you thought of this first episode of season 2 of Harley Quinn, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.